Okay, so now our next step. One of the things we're going to want to do is start combining some of these different functions together and be able to kind of make some adjustments and kind of create or synthesize data that we can use in our analysis. All right, so let's come back and let's revisit our day assignment. This is the one we just created in the other video with basically a subsection of this January. I believe this is the subsection of the of yeah. This is actually from the store visits. All right, where we took everything and did a make basically did a created a table, created a new table where we took the transaction date and running it through the datetime function created a symbol one through whatever 7 representing the day of the week. So now that we've got this number here, there's situations where we might want to, rather instead of seeing a number, actually put the day of the week in there. All right. So here's how we can do that. There's actually a couple different ways. I'm going to show you a pretty simple, straightforward way of doing it. It lets us exercise a couple different things inside of Access. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we've got the visit day assignment table up here. All right, so this is, remember we had talked about before, there's a data sheet view, which is really a presentation of all the data that's in that table. And there's a design view. So let's click design view. We'll make this a design view. Okay, and what you've got here is the structure of what this table looks like. All right, remember we talked about databases being made up of rules. Well, this is what the rules of what the visit day assignment table looks like. All right, this is the field name and the data type. All right, and an optional description if you're feeling enthused. Okay, so what I want to do here, I want to add a new column. All right, I want to add a new column and then we'll populate that. So we've got the day of the week field here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, and the way I would add a new field into the database, or excuse me, into a table, is going to be just simply typing it into the field. I'll call it day of the week name. All right, and what we'll do is it's a character, so we'll give it a short text. All right. So now, if I go back to my data sheet view, I have to save it. Do I want to save the table? I have to save the table. All right, so if we come here, we come down to the end here, what we see next to our day of the week is this day of the week. Just pull this out a little bit so we get the full name, day of the week name. Okay, so now that we've got the column, let's populate it with some data. All right, so remember what we said is a number corresponds to the name of the table, or excuse me, the name of the week. So 1 is a Sunday, 2 is Monday, and so on and so on and so on. Okay. So what we want to do is let's create a query. So one way we can do this is we can use our friend the update query. All right. So let's go through here. Let's create a query. And we'll say visit day assignment, just that table. We'll take all the data. Don't need all the data, actually. All we can do is we can actually just take, in this case, the visitor number, the day of the week, and the day of the week name. Okay. Now if I do a query, if I run the query on that, it gives me 3 fields. A list of 39,000 rows, 39,435 rows, and 3 columns of all of the columns are in that table. All right. So what I want to do, let's go back and let's see. Remember what we had said was that we want to be able to, if something is equal to 1, we want to make it equal to Sunday. All right. So what we'll do is we will do a criteria. We will find for everything that's in here is equal to 1. All right. And there are 55. 1 is equal to Sunday, right? 5567 Sundays. All right. So what we'll do here, let's make a change here. What we'll do is we will change this from a select query to an update query. And what we will do is we will say update this to Sunday. All right, so we'll have a number. We use the number to identify everything that is a Sunday. And then what we'll do is we will assign the variable, or just a string that says Sunday, to that. All right. And I'll say run. And it'll update 5,567 rows with one command. If I do yes, all right, I will move this back to being a select query again. We will run it, and what we will see is the day of the week is Sunday for every row. Okay, so then what we can do is go back to design view. We can make this do another, just leave it, switch it back to being an update query, and we'll say 2 is Monday. Now there's other ways to do this, some other ways to do this. This is kind of a little bit of a brute force approach, but it does, part of the reason I'm doing it this way is just to give you an idea of kind of the mechanics of this stuff. You can actually you could probably write a query, a single query that would go out and do all this in a single command. All right, but we will just kind of plug our way, because we only have 7 days. We only have 7 days to have to deal with. So what we will do is we will kind of go through day of the week. And so on and so on. If I run this, it's our updated table. What we'll see is all 39,000 rows. I've taken it up to Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday we'd have to do. The 39,000 rows is actually fairly healthy number. All right, there's Sunday, there's Monday, there's Tuesday, there's Wednesday. We haven't done Thursday, Friday, or Saturday yet. Okay, so that's just to give you an example of something you can do to add information into the tables as part of your analysis. So the idea is now we can go back and we can do some further analysis on this and be able to go back and say, okay, this is how many people came in on Wednesday. This is versus how many people came in on Tuesday. This is the zip codes of the people who came in on Wednesday versus the zip codes of the people who come in on Sunday. All right. So